You're right there, folks. Yeah, I need a haircut. Yes, it's getting a little bit ridiculous now, isn't it? Barbers, hairdressers, that old thing. My last job, I worked with a barber. He was a barber, actually, because he worked basically in a prison, basically gave crew cuts. He didn't really do a lot. He could do a lot, apparently, but he didn't because that was the job. And so, he was a barber, but if you called him a hairdresser, he actually got quite upset. In fact, if you called him a barber, sorry, he got quite upset. You had to call him a hairdresser. In fact, even then, he would actually get quite shirty with you, and you would have to call him a hairstylist. Like, you're cutting people's hair. You're a fucking barber. You're not doing anything else. And he said, oh, but barbers, they only cut men's hair. Apparently, there is a usage like that, although not all people accept that usage. But you know what? He was only cutting men's hair. This video is turning into a rant against the colleague and sort of friend of mine. So I'm going to carry on to the actual body of the, the thing with barbers is they know what their job is, okay? They cut hair. That's what they do. Sit down, bish bash bosh, the geezer's hair's cut, he leaves, you shuffle along the row, bish bash bosh, maybe the guy makes small talk, he leaves, you get in the chair, wang, your hair's sorted. Lovely stuff. It's not a problem. It's nice. And if you wanted something a bit more poncy, barbers can do that too. But they know what they're doing. They're supplying a service. They're cutting hair. But no, with hairdressers or hairstylists, oh no. No, it's not that, is it? They're not there to cut your hair. No, darling, they're there to create something, to create a work with you. Yes. They think they're artists. No, they think they're artistes. Hairstylists. Every now and then, right, usually because of a woman, usually because certain women just can't accept a man who has a normal hair and they want their man's hair long for some crazy reason. Because of this, occasionally I might be pressed into going to a hairdresser and not a barber. And the thing is, every time it happens, I regret it because the barber's like, the hairdresser, sorry, is like, oh yes, what would you like? What would you like us to conceive and grow together? Oh, darling, hand me the scissors, and you say something that I just like, short back and sides, really, please. Sorry, darling, short what? Short back and sides, just short back. The back and the side. It's not technical jargon, I know, but the back and the sides are short, and the rest is kind of a bit longer. But we cut it a little bit. Right, darling, I'll see what I can do. Snippity snip, snip, snip. Oh la di da, massage, massage, massage. Oh, darling, oh massage, snippity snip. I'm trying to create a little funky effect here. What? Yeah, so you're going to cut it sort of unevenly, so you can't do anything with it. So it's all fucking angled up like this. What's the pink doing there? Why is there a pink streak in my hair now? Oh, darling, all the kids have it today. I'm not a kid. I don't want it. I said short back and sides. Darling, I'm an artist. Oh, please. It really pisses me off. You're not an artist. You cut hair. Oh, it makes me insane. What's wrong with hairdressers? Just cut my hair the way I want it. And the thing is, when you go to a hairdresser, it's insane anyway. Go to the barber, bish bash bosh, you're out, yeah? Could be bish bash bosh, you're out. With a hairdresser, you get like invited into a little foyer or something. Then, you sort of talk about it a little bit. Then you go and sit down in like a doctor's waiting room. It's much trendier, and there's, Loaded or whatever, some kind of crappy magazines all over the place that you're supposed to entertain yourself with. And every 15 minutes... someone comes out and says, oh, darling, would be just with you, It's like an hour past your appointment, And then eventually they come and say, oh, it's your turn, oh, duck. And you sit down, and then some 14-year-old girl massages and shampoos your hair, right? And fair dues, they do a good job, fair enough. But you have to make small talk with a 14-year-old girl or a 16-year-old girl, and it's like she's chewing bubblegum, and she's going, yeah, well, I done my GCSEs, isn't it? Yeah, and she's good at what she's doing and that, and I'm sure she's a nice lady, well, girl, whatever. But I don't really want to make small talk for like 20 minutes with this girl, but I have to, And then it's like, oh, it's done, and then the artist arrives. It's like, oh, no, just take a seat over there, my darling. And then you sit down, and he combs your hair forward, and you look in the mirror together, and he does say that. He says, oh, so what do we want to create? What are we going to conceive together? What do you want me to do? Oh, what are we going to accomplish? And you have this anal conversation. Yes, I've got it. I understand exactly what you want. And then, he does it, and then halfway through, as I said, the inspiration takes him, and he starts snipping and going, oh, God, I've had enough of it, Look, hairdressers, you're not artists, okay? You're not artists. You cut hair. Deal with it, okay? And I'm in two minds. I'm going to barber myself. Oh, God. I used to shave my own head before I ever had a girlfriend. I used to shave my own head. Why? Because I like it. Because it takes me 6 months before I got to cut my hair again. It's simple. It's easy. Fucking hair doesn't get in my eye or in my food or in my fucking everywhere. Simple, effective, easy, brilliant. Oh, you look so fuggish. I don't care. I don't care. If someone looks at me with a skid head and calls me a thug, they're a fucking idiot. Yeah, and then guess what? Yeah, it grows through and it looks nice, lovely, great. Then I cut it off again. Then, something I've noticed as well about women, yeah, actually, your hair, they seem to progressively fuck your hair up more and more and more. Like the shortest you can have it gets longer and longer. It's like every year half an inch is added to the length that you can have your hair. But it's not just women, but I've actually noticed, not just the significant other, but I've noticed the significant pressure now that I'm in sort of working world to not have your hair sort of cropped down. And it's actually getting on my nerves, man. Yeah, so bollocks to not bollocks, I love barbers, great. Salt of the earth. Bollocks to hairdressers, hairstylists, bollocks to women, and bollocks to,